Hey there, I'm Brittany Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. I'm excited for my guest today. We actually did an Instagram Live a couple days ago, so I get like a double header here. But welcome to the podcast, Wyld, TikTok marketing expert. Welcome, Wave.
Hello. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm excited to talk all things TikTok and get into the juicy tips.
Yes. Awesome. Well, Wave, tell my listeners just a little bit about you, about your background.
Yeah, for sure. So before TikTok came around, I had a business in photography and personal branding. So I was specifically doing content for female entrepreneurs. I had a friend who was an Instagram coach and told me that I should check out the TikTok app. It was new, early 2020. And I just got on the app. I started creating all kinds of different content, and I had one video go viral, and that's how I got hooked. And that's how TikTok gets you addicted to the platform. And so, I started sharing that with my Instagram audience, and people were asking me a lot of questions. And I realized I could really help people use TikTok as another social media marketing tool, just like Instagram. And I felt really passionate about it and really aligned with it because I fell in love with the platform. I studied everything I could, and I felt like I could apply a lot of my sort of digital marketing expertise to the platform. So I did a complete pivot, and that was right when the pandemic hit as well. So the photography business was starting to slow down, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just pivot, do a total, 180. And that's what I did. I just started, I created a new account just doing TikTok tips, and that's what I did.
Oh, awesome. I was actually talking to, we have a mutual friend, Elizabeth Marbury, is that how you say her last name? And today we were talking and we were saying, gosh, a lot of people start in the photography or like the wedding industry. It seems like there's a lot of entrepreneurs that who've done marketing, and we've done that. And then we've gone other, in different directions. So it's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah. I did weddings for 10 years.
Yeah. And I think, but that's actually such a good skill, is the photography skill, understanding lighting and all of the things. So that's definitely a skill that's very helpful in business. So, well, Wave, tell us a little bit about TikTok. What are the trends? What are people saying? What if people are do I want to go on TikTok? Tell us advantages, disadvantages. Tell us a little bit more about TikTok. I'm not on TikTok personally, so.
Okay, well, TikTok is a short form video platform, the vertical video. The highlight of TikTok is what we call the For You page. It is a discoverability based platform. So you have a really great opportunity for people to find you, because anybody can go viral, and you don't need to go viral to have success on TikTok. You want to find your right audience, but you can get discovered by people through this For You page. So, some of it is similar to Instagram Reels. We know Instagram Reels pretty much copied TikTok. The culture is a little bit different. The, style and way you make videos sometimes is a little bit different. And the trends are different for sure. I feel like Reels over the past, few years, at the beginning, it was more of a copy of TikTok, but now it has its own aesthetic and culture and different trends. And sometimes those trends, they come over from TikTok, and sometimes they don't. One of the big differences, though, is that TikTok is really an app that's built on authenticity. It has a very specific culture. And it's really, down to earth, I guess I'll say, in that you will see people sitting in their cars making a video, lying in bed making a video. So it's this more realness and in the moment, whereas, on Instagram, we typically have that very curated aesthetic look, and sometimes that transitions over to Reels as well. So those are definitely things to keep in mind if you're new to TikTok. One of the other big things to know if you are brand new and you're just joining the app is the different account types. This is so important. I see a lot of people make mistakes here. There's two different accounts. One of them is called the creator/personal, and the other one is the business. The thing you need to know is that on the creator account, you need to have 1,000 followers before you get access to the link in bio. And the link in bio is how you primarily drive traffic on TikTok. On Instagram, we're all about the DMs, right? On TikTok, it is all about the link in bio. The DM culture is not there. They're not as robust as Instagram. So you want to know that about the creator account. You need those 1,000 followers. So for a lot of people, their goal is the first milestone is to get 1,000 followers. Now, on the business account, you can get a link in the bio without having 1,000 followers if you submit your information. Some business information done right through the app only takes a few minutes. However, you don't get access to a lot of the popular music. So there are some limitations there. There's a lot of pros and cons. It's just good to be clear that there are the two accounts and determine what is more important to you. Do you want to have access to more trending music and you're willing to wait to 1,000 followers, or do you want to have that link in bio right away so that you can start kind of generating traffic to your programs, your products, or your services?
Yeah. Is the algorithm different? So for example, I have a business account and I have a personal account, and my business account has almost twice as many followers as my personal account. But my views, like especially on my stories, are way, way higher on my personal account than on my business account. So is the algorithm a little bit different if you're a personal creator as opposed to business?
I would say that there's no difference between the algorithm with account types. It's not really a factor. So you don't need to worry about that. Some people, I do get that question. They think that if you're on business, it's going to like suppress your views, but it's the same.
Yeah.
Same for either account type.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us a little bit about like the trends, like how do you go viral? Is there a formula to it? Like, tell us.
I would say there's no formula to going viral. When it comes to TikTok, what we do know is that engagement counts and watch time counts. These are metrics that are in your analytics. And this is similar to other short form video platforms. We do know on TikTok, the number one most important factor is watch time. It is huge. So you need people to watch your videos as long as possible, or even loop them and rewatch. And then you need those likes, comments, shares, and saves. Those are the engagement factors. So if you make a video, it is all about the message. That's what I teach, a content first approach. So, you don't want to get too hung up on hashtags or, what sound to use or what time to post or how many to post. Those are all strategies. I really teach my students to focus on the message first, because we know that if people resonate with that message, they engage, they watch your video, your video will do well. It'll go viral, right? You'll get lots of views if a lot of people engage with it and watch it. So you want to focus on that message first. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it has to be valuable content. And I think that goes across all platforms.
Yeah.
Because I think and I'm guilty of it too. We get caught up on like, oh, this is trending. Like this is trending. But like, if there's not good content, how is your video going to set you apart from your competition if it's just like a cute video? You know what I mean? Like you have to have valuable content.
For sure. You really have to stand out. You have to educate, be valuable, change someone's perception, make them feel an emotion from watching your video, tell a story, all those things to get them to engage and watch, and then your video will perform well.
Yeah. That's such great tips. So, I've heard this, and I don't know if it's true, that it's a little bit easier to go viral on TikTok. Is this true or false?
Absolutely, it is true. I think this is the main appeal of TikTok. This is why it got so popular, is because anybody can go viral. You can post, 2 videos and one of them could go viral. You don't have to have a lot of followers. This is the appeal of the app, why people go there, because it's equal opportunity. So Again, though, going viral isn't always, the goal, especially for a business owner. There's pros and cons to going viral. One, I would say, of the cons, and you've probably seen this on Reels too, that just through the nature of going viral, just through the nature of getting that many eyeballs on your video, not everyone is going to be in your target audience. And so you might get people who follow you who are not ideal customers, or they follow you because they hit follow just because they thought that was funny, and then they never engage with any of your other content. They're not really interested in your products or services. Also, I see this on Reels and it's on TikTok too. Going viral can bring out the trolls, so just be prepared for that. Sometimes it's not as bad as other times, but it is there too. That is one of the cons of going viral. So, I don't focus too much on like trying to go viral all the time, because you definitely don't need to be successful in your business. You need to just attract the right people to your account and nurture them, and, put your offers out there just like we do on other social media marketing apps.
Yeah, I love that. We talked on our Instagram live a couple of days ago. We talked about repurposing content. So say if there is somebody like myself and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to be on TikTok, but it might be something I can have my VA like repurpose my content. So talk a little bit about, if you don't want to spend a ton of time on there, but you should be using it for your business.
Well, you can definitely repurpose and give that a try, but I will say it doesn't guarantee anything. Remember, there is a little bit of different culture on the app. So for example, talking head videos are really popular on TikTok. Sometimes maybe they are on Instagram too. I don't see them as much, but you can certainly try. But I have seen with students vice versa, both ways. Some of them have more success on TikTok, and then on Instagram they repurpose, and it just falls flat every time. Some students have massive success on Instagram and then can't get any traction on TikTok. So it can work for some people, it does, and some people don't have as much luck. So you can certainly try and play around with it. You never know, but just like all the other social media apps, you don't really want to post and ghost. They do want you to engage. They do want you to post regularly. If they see that you're not that consistent, then there's no incentive for them to push out your content in the algorithm.
Yeah. And I was talking about this again with my colleague today, is like, sometimes we do get frustrated with it, and it's being consistent. Like sometimes you're like, okay, my reach, or it's not performing well, or, oh, this one I thought would do good. But it's really when you can stay consistent and just push through like the discomfort of, okay, it's not going the way that I want it to, but consistency in the long run is what's going to win the races here, is just like, keep going, keep pushing through it. So I love that. So if somebody wants to start with TikTok, how can they work with you?
Yeah, so you can go to my website at wyld.com. All my information is there. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. It's my same name, Wyld, of all my accounts. And that's the one way you can work with me. I have memberships. I do one-on-one. There's all kinds of things.
Awesome. Well, this has been so helpful. So check out Wave. If you're not on TikTok and you want to be, definitely check out her membership. And she has some great resources on her website. So thank you so much. Wave, I like to end all my podcasts with asking my guests 2 questions. So here they are. The first one is, what is a pet peeve?
I would say one of my pet peeves are the style of videos where it's just like a 3-second hook and then they tell you to read the caption. Those are icky to me. I feel like you're trying to game the algorithm, and it's like disrespectful to your audience. Yeah. So definitely one of my pet peeves as I scroll on Instagram. And a pleasure. Is that what you said?
Pleasure. Something that's just simple that brings you joy.
Pleasure. Oh. Chocolate.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
Love me some chocolate.
Yes, I do too. Well, awesome. Wave, thank you so much for coming on. Again, check out Wave. She is amazing. She's got some great content on both Instagram and I'm sure TikTok. So I might have to jump over on TikTok eventually. So thank you so much, Wave, for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.